it's not always that you're able to get time with Mr. Arum, so we'll take the most here. I would like to ask you some few questions on the upcoming fight, the Pacquiao-Algieri fight. Sir, just a few questions to introduce Algieri to the Filipino public. Why him?
Well, first of all, Algieri is something very unique in boxing.
Yes.
He's a college graduate. He has a master's degree. He's going to study when he finishes boxing to be a medical doctor. We don't have people like that in boxing. Secondly, he's a superb boxer, as he demonstrated upsetting Provodnikov.
Yes.
Provodnikov, a hard punching guy, and Algieri found a way to box him and to win the fight. I think Algieri is one of these people that has been able to bring his intelligence outside of the ring into the ring.
Yes.
He's a very, very smart, canny fighter. And he deserves this fight with Manny because we were all planning to have Manny fight Provodnikov,
Yes.
and Algieri beat him. So he's entitled to do the fight, and believe me, it's a very, very competitive fight for Manny. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but even before my time, there was an event that reminds me of this. Jack Dempsey, the great heavyweight champion, everybody thought was unbeatable, took on the light heavyweight champion, Gene Tunney. Like Algieri, a college graduate, very, very bright, and Tunney found a way to beat Dempsey and win the heavyweight championship, and was able to do it again later on in the rematch. Guys like Tunney, Algieri, who are really smart athletes, are tough to beat.
That's right. Okay. Backtrack a little bit. You talked about the first choice being Provodnikov. No? But prior to that, did you have any other fighters in mind for Manny?
Well, we always go to the well and look at Juan Manuel Marquez. He wasn't prepared to fight Manny. And then really we thought about maybe Amir Khan, who didn't really jump at the chance. And then there was Provodnikov. So I assumed all along it would be Provodnikov. When Algieri won the fight, that eliminated Provodnikov and gave us some real fresh
That's right.
person to promote. And so I'm delighted with this. And I'm delighted that this fight is in Macau. It gives a lot of Filipinos the opportunity to come over to Macau.
Yes.
They don't have to travel halfway across the world to the States. They can, at 1 hour from Manila to Macau, and they can see Manny fight.
What can you say about the speed factor, though? A lot of people are asking, okay, he's bigger, he's younger. I'm talking about Algieri. He does have a jab, no? But the speed factor always comes into play. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Manny has a unique kind of speed. You can't take that away from Manny. Algieri is pretty fast on his feet, fast hands. He's going to be a match for Manny. If Manny's prepared,
Yes.
and if he works hard, he should win the fight.
Okay. We saw some of the clips of the Algieri Provodnikov fight, and obviously from the first round, 2 knockdowns, he fought his way back. No? And what do you think gave him that motivation to do that?
I think he's a very high character person, and he is a kid who takes great pride in himself and his ability. And I think that's what makes him a tough out, because would you have given him any chance in the world after the first round with Provodnikov? I mean, as far looking at that fight, I assumed the fight was going to be over in the next round or two.
So clearly that was a pleasant surprise for you also.
Well, I don't know if it was a pleasant surprise. I was counting on a Provodnikov fight. So it sort of, readied me for a shock.
Right. No, but it's very interesting that you did. We're giving this newcomer, I guess, in quotation marks, no, a shot at Manny. Did Manny have a say in the choice?
Of course. I mean, people who think that I select the opponents for Manny and just go willy-nilly and make the fight are delusional. I mean, I have never made a fight for Manny where he hasn't accepted or wanted the opponent.
Record: 20 fights, 20 wins, 8 knockouts. Some say no power. What do you think?
I think he does lack a little in the power department, but if you look at that Provodnikov fight, he keeps throwing punches and he keeps tagging the opponent. And if he can do that with Manny, he'll pile up enough points to win the fight.
Okay, last couple of questions. What would it take to have a fight in the Philippines? I guess some Filipinos would want to know that.
Well, first of all, it's going to have to be on a Sunday morning
Yes.
to coincide with the time back in the United States for pay-per-view. And then entities, probably the casinos, would have to put up sufficient money to make it worthwhile, just the way the Venetian does here. Otherwise, it's much more lucrative to do the fights back in the United States.
Okay. Last few words. I'll give you a chance to invite some of the Filipinos. Obviously, it's an opportunity for them to come over, not just watch it on television, and that's what we're trying to do. So maybe a few last words from you, sir.
Well, I think the Filipinos, based on their experience last year when Manny fought Rios, and also some of them came back in May when Nonito Donaire fought, have a great experience here in Macau at the Venetian. And I think a lot of them are going to want to come back. And we look forward to having a lot of Filipinos here because I know they're going to bat and get a lot of Filipino entertainment, bands. So we expect thousands and thousands of Filipinos coming, mostly from the Philippines. But remember, Hong Kong and Macau now have big Philippine populations.
That's right. Okay. We'd like to invite everyone in the Philippines, if you can. You know, we always say it's a historical fight every time Manny fights. So right here with Mr. Arum, inviting all of you to please come to Macau in November for the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Chris Algieri.